Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
What's up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is time to hashtag rise and grind. What up, everybody? It is Tuesday, April 24th, 2018. The first time it has ever been Tuesday, April 24th, 2018, and the last time it will ever be Tuesday, April 24th. I got the date right today. Can y'all tell? I'm on fire. I'm happy about it. It's Tuesday. I'm excited. Welcome to hashtag rise and grind. My goal today, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, my goal today is to leave you inspired. My goal today and my intentions for today are to stir up something in you that you're going to be able to take with you. You're going to be able to take it with you today. You're going to be able to take it with you this week. You might be able to take it with you, hopefully, for a lifetime. But my goal today and my intentions today are to leave you at the end of this episode. I want you to be inspired. I want to stir something up in you that maybe wasn't there before. That is my goal. So before we do that, before we get into that, of course, we have to get some music going, right? Before we get into that, we got to get some music going, and we got to say, what's up? I got to say what's up to all my peeps as we get rolling here on hashtag rise and grind. Now, as you know, when this music gets rolling, that's the perfect time for you to hit that share button. We got to hit the share button. We got to get the people in here. Some people aren't getting notifications anymore. Some people aren't getting alerts anymore. And some people need the rise and grind in their life. They need it so they can feel inspired. They need it to get rocking and rolling. So I need you to go ahead and hit share. My friend Jimmy Plimpton, good morning, my friend. Hit that share button. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. My man Josh O. Just hit the share button. Thank you, Josh. Good morning. Good morning, Jeffrey Lee Parton and Miss Beth Workman. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Susan Rose and Sean Jones. Good morning, Patrick Booth and Prince Sinsuit. Good morning, Zach Doyle. We're getting ready to go play ball today, buddy. I haven't been on the court in a while, and I'm ready to light it up. Good morning, Vicki Everett and Carrie Osborne. Good morning, Mark Lamassa. Good morning, Sheila and my man, Aaron Jones. What's up, Corey Brewer in the house? Corey Brewer, I'm about to light you up, too. I'm just kidding. You're pretty big and pretty strong, and I don't know. I want you on my team. How about that? We'll just light it up together. Good morning, Scott Simons and Michael Jasper. Good morning, Melvin Rodriguez and my man Troy Cord. I'll see you on the court too. Good morning, Braden Plowman. Good morning, J.D. Wilson. I love it. Everybody's up in here this morning. That is awesome. You guys, today, I got good news for you. I got lots of news for you. I'm going to keep the music on for just a second while I go over some news. The Rise and Grind event for August 12th. We're starting to get everything set in stone. It is going to be over the top. It is going to be incredible. I'll have full details here at the end of the week, but my speakers are lined up. My band is lined up. The stage is going to be amazing. It is going to be over the top. It is going to be awesome. Josh says it's like playing Where's Waldo every morning. I know, man. I'm sorry. Facebook is just, it's crazy what they're doing with the show, but that's okay. We will rise up. But anyway, so the show is, the Rise and Grind show is awesome, man. Everything is going to be awesome. It's getting set up for that. Things are going really, really well. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Also, on here on the Rise and Grind, we're going to get a little bit more structure here on the show. So you're going to start to notice that Mondays we're going to really hit motivation hard. Tuesdays we're going to tell some inspirational stories and hit those really hard. Wednesdays we're going to make sure we got practical tips and application that we can apply. Thursdays we're going to attack our spiritual side just a little bit more. And on Fridays, I'm going to start having guests on the show. On Friday mornings at 5:30 a.m., I want to be the host that puts people live in their pajamas in front of thousands. I want to be the host that wakes people up at 5:30 a.m. before they've even had their first cup of coffee and bring them onto the show. Yeah, David, man, I don't know why it's not giving notifications. I apologize, guys. I apologize. That's why it's important. We just continue to share. Know that I'll be here at 5:30 a.m. But yes, we're going to have a little bit more structure. It's going to be awesome. But let's dive in today. You guys ready? Have we hit our share buttons? It looks like it. We got lots of people going up in here, so make sure you've hit share. Check it out. All right, check it out. We're going to talk about this guy right here, all right? This is my man, Steve Spray, okay? Now, Steve Spray works for Grant Cardone. He works for Grant Cardone down in Miami. But let me give you a little background on Steve Spray real quick. Steve Spray grew up in Indiana, okay? He grew up on a farm in Indiana. He was, corn, animals, that whole thing. Grew up on a farm in Indiana. Was kind of lost. Didn't really know what he wanted to do with his life, but as he was approaching his early to mid-20s, he still really didn't have a clue, but life wasn't necessarily going his way. And he felt as though he was called to do more. He felt compelled to do some big things in his life, but he just wasn't getting there. You ever felt that way? You ever felt like, man, I know that I should be doing more. I know that God has a big, higher purpose for my life. I know that I should be making an impact on this planet, but not really knowing how to do it or when to do it or where to do it. So that was kind of Steve back in that time period. He was just kind of lost and didn't really know what to do. Didn't have any money, just wasn't getting anywhere. And so Steve made a decision. He made a decision that he saw an opportunity to work for Grant Cardone in Miami, Florida. So he saw an opportunity to work for Grant Cardone and his team. For you, those of you guys that don't know, Grant Cardone is one of the number one sales trainers in the world, okay? He probably is. Actually, he is the number one sales trainer in the world. And so he decided he was going to go work for this guy and see what he could do. So he went down to Miami, Florida, right? He went down to Miami, Florida, and he found a woman that was willing to let him live in her furniture warehouse. Okay? You guys hear me on this? He got to live in their warehouse. Like, you know how you've got these furniture stores? They've got the showrooms that are all nice, and they got all the furniture, and then in the back, that's where all the furniture is stored, like in all the boxes and all the wrappers. And they told him he could live in the back of this furniture warehouse. So he moves to Indiana with nothing except for a dream, and he lives in this warehouse in this furniture place. Now, at the time, the way that Grant Cardone did his interviews is he did them like a TV show. It was called Whatever It Takes. And on this TV show, you had to basically just do whatever Grant Cardone wanted to do to you. He'd shoot you in the face with paintballs and do all kinds of crazy stuff on this show to see if you had what it takes to be a member of his team. It was kind of like, our president, Trump. He had that show. You guys know what show I'm talking about. But it was that kind of show. So Steve goes on this show, right? And he does whatever it takes. He gets humiliated. He gets embarrassed. He goes through all of that stuff. And he wins. He wins the show. So, okay, great. All right. This is already a cool story, right? Farm boy moves from Indiana, goes to the big city of Miami, goes on this show called Whatever It Takes, takes the chance. Yeah, The Apprentice. That's right. Takes a chance, goes all in, does all these things, gets the job, lands the job, and then here's the craziest part. After he lands the job, Grant Cardone doesn't like him. Like, Grant Cardone is walking around the office telling people, when you guys going to fire that guy, man? When you guys going to fire Steve Spray, dude? He's a farm boy from Indiana. He ain't going to make it. When are you guys going to fire him? And other people around him would be like, no, Grant, man, he's selling and he's doing good stuff and he's a great part of the team. And Grant Cardone's like, nah, man, this kid does not have what it takes. Like, we need to get rid of him. So Grant kept trying to fire him, but there was other people around that wanted to keep him around. And he started putting up numbers. He was putting up numbers. He was starting to sell more. He was starting to work his way up. He was starting to work his way through the ranks. He was starting to sell more and start to build relationships. He built a relationship with me at Dan Cummins Chevrolet. We started working together, and he started building relationships with other just other people all across the country, and he started gaining momentum. And as he was rising to the top, all of a sudden, he became the top dude in the entire freaking company. He starts leading the whole team. And he's training other people on the team. He's lifting them up. He's helping them get to be better. And Grant Cardone's still saying, "Nah, man, I don't know about this dude." And Steve Spray's saying, "I don't care what you think, Grant Cardone. I'm on a mission. I'm laser focused." And last year, this guy who just a few years ago was sleeping in the back of a furniture warehouse, last year, this guy made almost $1 million. He made almost $1 million last year as one of their top guys. If you watch, he's got a podcast. He's got a show that he does every week. You can follow him. He's on Instagram at Steve Spray. He's got the girl. He's got a beautiful girl that he's dating now. He's got the look now. He's got the look, right? He's got his suit. He's suited up and he works out big time. He's in great physical health and he's got it all, right? He's putting it together and we can learn from this guy. We can learn from this guy, and that's what I want to do this morning. I want to learn, how did Steve do that? How can we apply that in our life? How did the farm boy from Indiana become the top guy for the #1 sales trainer in the world, making $1 million a year, getting the girl, wearing the suits, living in Miami? How did he do it? And that's what I'm going to tell you today. Steve did a couple things. Steve did a couple things that we can all do. He did a couple things to rise to the top. First thing Steve did, most important thing, my boy Sean Hayes has talked about this. You've heard it from me before. First thing Steve did is he went all in. He went all in. He went from farm boy in Indiana to packing it up, to risking it all, to taking his butt down to Miami. He went on a show called Whatever It Takes. He did whatever he had to do. He slept in a warehouse. He went all in. He trained. He did it all. Okay? Put it all on the line. He did whatever it takes with laser focus. That was the very first thing Steve did. And that's something that we sometimes have a hard time with. Sometimes we're like, we want it, but we only kind of want it. We think we should have it, but we only kind of think we should get it. We want the $1 million a year. We want the prize in the sky, but we're only going to tip our toe in a little bit. We're just gonna tip our toe in. Listen, guys, you got to go all in, man. If you want massive levels of success in your life, if you feel that you deserve that and you've earned that, and that's the life that you want to live, you got to go all in. You have to go all in. Second thing Steve did, and this is equally as important as the first. Steve never forgot where he came from. He never forgot where he came from. He's one of the most humble human beings I've ever met. Steve and I built a relationship through me using his platform at Dan Cummins, us training on Grant Cardone. That's how we built our relationship. Steve answers his phone. This guy makes $1 million a year. He answers his phone when I call every single time. He visited me and my family. He came out here to talk to my team. When Steve came out to talk to my team, guess where Steve stayed? He stayed on a pull-out sofa in my house. That's where he slept. In a pull-out sofa in my house with my 5 crazy kids everywhere, right? He slept on a pull-out sofa. By the way, speaking of my crazy kids, just so you guys know, I'm jacked up and excited because we found out yesterday we're having another girl. Me and my wife are having another girl. How about that? I'm going to have 5 girls, 2 boys. It's awesome. But anyways, where was I? So this guy slept on the sleep-out couch. He didn't say, Glenn, I'm going to come talk to your team, and I need you to put me in a hotel. It's got to be, 5-star. He said, no, man, I'll just stay at your house. I'll sleep on the couch, dude. He's so incredibly humble. He visited me and my family. He held my kids. He met my wife. He's an amazing human being. He's so humble. Sometimes we forget where we came from, don't we? Sometimes we're so busy looking forward that we forget to realize how far we've come. Look at how far you've come. Look at how far this group has come. The Rise and Grind group, look how far we've come already. Just in a matter of 4 months. It's grown so much. It's amazing. So that's something we always have to remember. We got to remember to go all in, and we have to remember where we came from. Now, the third thing that Steve Spray did that we can learn from, Steve never let anyone else's opinion of him affect him, ever. Grant Cardone, his boss, the man, the number one sales trainer in the world, the guy that he left Indiana, that he slept in a warehouse, that he did everything that he could do to get a job for. This guy, Grant Cardone, wanted him gone, told him he couldn't do it, told him he wasn't worth it, told him he should get fired, told him he'd never make it, told him, could you imagine if your boss was telling you and everyone around you that you couldn't do it, that you couldn't make it? Could you imagine how that would make you feel? I know how it would make me feel. I struggle with that sometimes. I couldn't imagine if Josh Cummins was running around telling everyone that I was terrible, what that would do to me. But Steve Spray said, I don't care what the owner of the company says. I will succeed. I will be the best. I know who I am inside. Dang, right? That's strong. He never let anyone else's opinion of him affect him. We all tend to do that. Well, he thinks this, she thinks that. Man, you got to throw that stuff out the window. You want to reach massive levels of success like my boy Steve Spray? You got to throw that stuff out the window. The fourth thing about Steve Spray, how he was able to reach from farm boy in Indiana to where he's at right now, is he outtrains everyone. This dude outtrains everyone. Okay? Still to this day, he watches 6 to 10 Grant Cardone videos. 6 to 10. He's seen them all thousands of times. He still watches them every single day. 6 to 10 Grant Cardone videos every single day. Okay? He barely ever listens to music. He almost never listens to music. It's always podcasts, audiobooks, things like that. He is so bought in. He trains every single day. Every single day. How often are you training in your field? How often are you doing what you need to be doing to get to that next level of success in the business that you're in? Are you training every single day? Are you training every single day relentlessly? Because my man Steve Spray is. So far, we know Steve Spray went all in. We know Steve Spray never forgot where he came from. We know he didn't let anyone else's opinion of him affect him. We know he outtrains everyone. These are the things we know about Steve that we need to apply in our life, right? We're going to go all in. We're not going to forget where we came from. We're not going to let anyone else's opinion of us affect us. We're going to outtrain everyone around us. And here's the last two things that you need to learn today. Yeah, I need music too, Beth. He listens to music when he works out sometimes, but that's about it. When he's in the car, when he's whatever, when he's got headphones on, for the most part, he's listening to audiobooks. Steve sacrificed everything for the goal. He sacrifices everything for the goal, okay? Here's what the dude does. He wakes up in the morning. He gets up early, he rises and grind, he works out, he does his goals, he does his gratitude, then he does his training, then he gets to work, then when he gets off of work, he spends a little bit of time with his girl, and then he goes to bed. That's what he does. And then when he's on vacation, he does vacation, and he does it big, okay? But this dude is relentless. When he came out with us, when he was here in town, we're like, hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to get to know Kentucky, stuff like that? He's like, nah, man, can't do that. I got to talk to your team tomorrow. We got to get home. We got to get to bed. I got to talk to your team tomorrow. Like, he's just he sacrifices everything, man. What are you willing to give up to reach your goals? Are you willing to give up some of your shows? Are you willing to give up some of your video games? Are you willing to give up some of that stuff to really get to your goals? 'Cause I'm telling you, you got to make sacrifices. You can't just there's not a way. There's not a way to just do everything all the time and still reach massive levels of success. It's impossible. That's how you end up in this mediocre mentality. And you are not mediocre. You are a child of God, uniquely created to be the absolute best version of you could possibly be. So you got to step it up to that next level. The last thing, Steve Spray, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. I got to get out of here. I got to go play some ball with the boys. But the last thing is Steve Spray is over the top passionate about helping people. He's over the top passionate about helping people. That's all he wants to do. It's all he cares about. It's all he does every single day is help people. And Zig Ziglar said it best. The best way to achieve your goals is to help others achieve theirs. And that's what Steve does best, is he helps others achieve theirs. So how do we apply these things in our life? We need to make sure we go all in. We need to never forget where we came from. We can't let anyone else's opinion of us affect us. We have to outtrain every single person around us. We make sacrifices along the way to achieve the goal. And last but not least, we make sure that our passion falls in line with helping others. If you apply these things into your life, I promise it'll make an impact on you. I've applied these things into my life. It's made an impact on me. You can do it, man. Don't let anyone else's opinion of you tell you anything different. You can do it. I promise you. You're this uniquely made human being. I'm telling you. God made you exactly and specifically to be exactly the person that you are so that he can extract the greatness out of you so you can make an impact on this planet. You're already making a difference and an impact on this planet. Just choosing every day to hashtag, got to throw the hashtag in there, just choosing every day to hashtag rise and grind, just being a part of this group, your posts, all of your positivity. It's making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on everyone around you. And I, for one, I'm so thankful for you. And I, for one, I just love you so much for what you do for me, for my family, for this group, and for the people around you. If nobody has told you that yet today, I want you to know that I absolutely love you. I do. I absolutely love you. So if you need more videos, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you need Rise and Grind gear, go to GlennLundy.com. You need your tickets to the Rise and Grind event, go to GlennLundy.com. If you haven't hit the share button yet, hit the share button now. Now's the best time. Share this with your friends and family. Invite other people to the group. And then most importantly, come back and join me again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. as we continue to rise and grind. I'm going to go play some ball with the boys. See ya.